Boom! Hello! Welcome to another one of these videos that I do, where I take 10 random DVDs or Blu-rays from Dollar Tree, mostly of weird family movies, and I show them to you, and I judge them before I even see them. Because that's how it works, right? Yeah, these are videos that I really like to do, but I have a hard time doing them because DVDs like this are unfortunately getting harder and harder to find. I found a lot of them when I started doing this last year, but this year these have just been getting sparse and hard to find at Dollar Tree. I don't know, maybe I was just lucky last year, but this year I've really had to search and scrape together things to get a video going. In fact, for this video I had to cheat. Most of these DVDs did not come from Dollar Tree, they came from Big Lots. However, they were on clearance for about $1 each, so I figure that counts. So, let us go through this stack of DVDs I have for you, and normally I do 10 DVDs, but in this stack we have 11, so let's do 11. Let's crank it up a notch. So we might as well start with this one right here because you already see what it is because it has a slipcover. It is Bunyan and Babe. Yeah, and just according to the voice cast up here, this is one of the higher end budget animated family films from what it looks like. We have John Goodman, likely that guy, Kelsey Grammer, likely the villain, Jeff Foxworthy, probably the obnoxious animal sidekick because he's required by law to play the obnoxious animal sidekick, Johnny Orlando, never heard of him, and Mark Luke Skywalker Joker Hamill. And, let's see, you don't have to be big to do big things, but it helps. And isn't that hypocritical for them to say that when the main character is like 50 feet tall, and he's balancing a little kid on the palm of his hand, and he's not just going to sneeze and the kid is going to take a 100-foot drop straight into China? Entertaining and fun for the entire family, says the Dove organization, though as we all know, anything that the Dove organization says means the exact opposite. An adventure that's too big for reality. Yes, this DVD doesn't even exist. This is all hallucination. Travis, Johnny Orlando, and his sister Whitney visit their grandparents for the summer and stumble upon the evil plan of a greedy land developer, Kelsey Grammer, called it, to steal the land of the town's longtime residents. While running from one of the developer's goons, Travis falls through a magical portal which transports him to the world of American hero Paul Bunyan, John Goodman called it, and his big blue talking ox, Babe, Jeff Foxworthy. Ooh, we're 3 for 3. Bunyan and Babe get wrapped up in a brand new adventure, and with the help of their new friends, Travis and Whitney, they try to sit... Bunyan and Babe get wrapped up in the... Well, you changed the perspective there. We were talking about Travis and Whitney, and all of a sudden you're talking about Bunyan and Babe, so that sentence tripped me up. Bunyan and Babe get wrapped up in a brand new adventure, and with the help of their new friends Travis and Whitney, they try to save the town. Together, they learn firsthand that you don't have to be big to do big things. Well, you still got a big guy, so that just sounds hypocritical. And that is a much shorter Paul Bunyan there than he was on the title. I mean, this guy looks like he could reach up and take a bite out of the moon, and this guy looks like he could get something off the top shelf of Walmart. And there's a kid right there, obviously eating some candy cocaine. And there's the villain, probably... Actually, are we sure that this isn't like a Mark Hamill character? Because we all know what the Joker likes to do with hand buzzers. And then there's Paul Bunyan balancing the kids on his hands, and hopefully they will not fall and break their necks. Cinedime, Exodus Film Group, John Goodman, Kelsey Grammer, Jeff Foxworthy, Mark Hamill, introducing Johnny Orlando. Okay, that's why I've never heard of him. And Lola Wayne Villa? Is that a whole name right there? Lola Wayne Villa? Or is it like Lola and then Wayne Villa? Or is it Lola Wayne and then Villa? Can't tell where this was made. It looks American. It looks... I don't know. How many Paul Bunyan movies have been made anyway? There's that old Disney one from like the 40s that probably everybody knows about. There's that slasher movie that I recently heard about from the director of the Jolly Roger Massacre at Cutter's Cove movie, also featuring Thomas Downey from a lot of Asylum movies. There's that live-action version from Tall Tale, which is like a really obscure live-action Disney movie from the early 90s. That's all I can remember. For being such a popular American folk hero, Paul Bunyan hasn't really gotten that much media representation, has he? Actually, what I find hilarious about this is that it has John Goodman in it, and it has a character named Babe in it. And John Goodman played the Babe Ruth, in an early 90s movie. And if you haven't seen that, then good. So you go over there with your double-bladed axe and your hobnail boots, and I'll think about watching you one of these days, maybe. Paws to the rescue. Yes, this is not an animated movie, but I just had to pick it up because obvious Home Alone ripoff is obvious. These criminals didn't stand a chance. Oh, sounds like the audience. Also, that is a very bad Photoshop job there. That looks like the heads are completely separate from the bodies. That looks like they just hung some corpses upside down and then very clumsily photoshopped their heads on there. Also, is that David A.R. White from Pureflix? That looks a lot like either David A.R. White from Pureflix or Kevin Sorbo. You know, they're both doing really cheap B movies, so, I don't know, could be. Of course, you know, this is a dog you want to get captured by, you know. He's rocking that beret, that red beret, he's got the shades, and he's got the necklace of the police badge, yeah. Yeah, this is a dog that you can brag that you got captured by, yeah. Canine heroes Samson and Hercules save the day after two thugs break in and threaten young Charlie in order to get his father to change his testimony in court. Ooh, that's a run-on sentence. The resourceful pups are always 2 paws ahead in this hilarious canine caper. So you just gave away the entire story there. So, Samson Hercules? It's probably the smaller dog that's named Samson. For some reason, they like to give the name Samson to the smaller dogs and these sorts of things. I don't know why. I don't know how I know that. I just do. Let's see. Guy running from microscopic dog. Kid biking with a dog. Dogs getting the jump on a criminal. And very grumpy David A.R. White. I just noticed that. It's a skateboard with police lights. Okay, inventive. Unfortunately, the dog isn't cool anymore. He has thrown away the beret and the shade, so no, you don't want to brag about getting captured by this dog anymore. Where was this made? No, I can't tell. I cannot tell. Maybe it's an American movie. Well, Henri Char, so maybe France? Maybe, or the director's just French, I don't know. So this says 2019 and this says 2016, so is that how long it took for this movie to get localized? Again, if this was made overseas from the USA. I don't know. You run over there on your 4 legs and drop a paint can on somebody, I don't know. Peter Pan, The Quest for the Never Book. From what we've seen a DVD like this before, and from what I understand, there's like a French computer animated show about Peter Pan. That's only what I understand. It might not even be French. But also from what I understand, sometimes they will take some episodes and they will just crunch them together and make a movie out of them. Kind of like those Jungle Book DVDs we also looked at that are based off the Indian computer-generated Jungle Book TV show that has like 170 episodes or something like that. I'm going to have to watch all of those all at once in order to get any semblance of story, aren't I? As I will probably have to watch this and the other one back to back. Okay, we got the Peter Panicus and the Captain Hookacus and the Windius, maybe. Tinkerbellicon. Some little green guys. Some futuristic kid with a heads-up display and a laser gun. Okay, I want to know the story behind that. And then I'm assuming that's John and Michael there, and a bunch of other kids who are not important enough to be giant-sized. Peter Pan has invited his friends Wendy, John, and Michael to join him in Neverland for the festival of the longest day. It's going to be one boring festival then. It's supposed to be a day of games and fun events, but Captain Hook and his pirate crew have other ideas. They want to celebrate Hanukkah. Woo! Peter, Tinkerbell, and the Lost Boys and Company face a terrible dream chasm. Okay, a golden temple of traps, and a scary new visitor to Neverland in their adventures during this very special day. Sounds like a very special day. I don't know, how often does a dream chasm appear in your life? So, now we got the Captain Hook looking all confuzzled, and this guy is clearly missing a couple brain cells. This guy is mostly all there. I don't know what that kid's been smoking. I don't know what that guy's been smoking. And Mr. Smee is stoned as well. At least, is that Mr. Smee? Probably looks like, it looks like Mr. Smee. Okay, there's Peter Pan flying through Indian wigwams. Oh, that's already aged well. Captain Hook has stabbed a map with his hook. Oh, you're not going to find the treasure now. Peter Pan is visiting some red-haired girl. I don't know who that is because that's obviously not Wendy there. And Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, and Peter Pan is thinking how he would like Tinkerbell, broiled or fricasseed. Okay. Yeah, lots of French names here, so I'm going to assume that this is indeed a French production. And it says down here is made in 2018, but this is a 2021 Blu-ray DVD, so I'm assuming that's how long it took to localize this, so just fly away over there, and maybe I'll watch you. Maybe I'll watch the whole series. Maybe I won't. Welcome to Smellyville. No thanks, I will be moving. Okay, is this stop motion animated? I don't know, there's just something about the textures here that looks like these are real life models and not computer animated. I could be wrong. I mean, for the longest time, I couldn't tell that the Lego movie was made with computer animation. I thought that was actually stop motion. That's how far computer animation has come in the last few decades. But okay, we got a really dirty kid, and what looks like the pigs from Angry Birds, except they grew noses and bodies and another ear. And we got what looks like a repurposed PKE meter, and we got cheese, we got dirty socks, and we got death. And the needle's pointing at death, which is what I'm assuming you would prefer with then actually watching this movie. In the stinky town of Smellyville, a kid named Max hopes to solve the town's odor problem. Well, don't name your town Smellyville. Name it Cleanville. I think that if you name your town Smellyville, you get what you deserve. When he meets a new family in town, the Uglies, life starts to get funky. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. Okay. The Uglies live at the dump and are green, garbage-eating, good-natured creatures. A perfect solution to help regulate the overwhelming amount of garbage in the town. No, that sounds like they would make the problem worse because they need a dump in order to survive, so that naturally the town would get dirtier with their presence whatever. But when an unscrupulous contractor plans to build a wellness temple on the dump, the Uglies realize they may be forced to leave Smellyville for good. Together, Max, his best friend Lotta, and the Uglies must hatch a plan to save their new home. Or, just let them build the wellness temple. That sounds like that would solve your problem. Why are we supposed to see this guy as the villain? Who I'm assuming is that guy? Being all evil with the evil glare and the evil hands on the evil desk and the evil Bruce Campbell chin. Has Bruce Campbell ever played a villain in anything? Yeah, he was the mayor in the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs movie is what I'm trying to say. So we got the kid addressing all the aliens, and we cannot see what's underneath his shirt, so we can obviously infer what he's showing them. That looks like a dragon. A dragon wearing a diaper? What's that blue thing? I have no idea. But it's going to eat that kid, so all is well with the world. And then we have the evil villain, and we have the green things flying off into space. Can they fly? Or have they just been launched and they are now plummeting to their doom? Either one works for me. Yep, it's a German movie. I see the German Federal Film Board, and then there's a lot of different German-type names, so... When was this made? It does not say when this was made. I don't know. We are getting some pretty recent movies with this stack, so I don't know. Could have come out last year. Who knows? Yeah, of all these DVDs, this is one I'm looking the least forward to. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a surprise. Maybe it'll be a pleasant surprise. But in the meantime, you go over here and stink up the place on your own terms. Spark, A Space Tale. Now, this is a movie I have heard about. This is that movie from the people who made The Nut Job 2, and literally nothing else. And it's supposed to be a space epic, and that with a lot of furry main characters. That guy's supposed to be the main character, and then there's the furry bait fox. Everyone is... Do not look up Rule 34 of her, okay? Okay. There's the pig. That looks like the Uncle Pig from Beyond Good and Evil. And then there's the villain. He likes to tear up planets or something like that. I don't know why he likes to tear up planets. Wasn't that the plot of, Ratchet and Clank the movie? Yeah. And then there's probably a hench person there. And I think that's the hero's mom. Can't tell you. I don't know. I have actually seen reviews of this movie. The reviews were awful. So, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm actually quite interested in this. I do like interesting space movies, interesting animated space movies, and the animation at least looks competent, so maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe I'll find something to enjoy. Of course, like I say, this is from the same guys who made The Nut Job, so I might be wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. But it does have a decent voice cast. Okay, we have Jace Norman. I don't know who that is. Jessica Biel, who's like the moody moody woman in everything. Susan Sarandon, who has thankfully survived a crash with Gina Davis. Patrick Stewart. That's the reason why you need to watch this movie. If a movie has Patrick Stewart in it, then watch it, because Patrick Stewart will always be the best part of the movie. Yes, even the Emoji Movie, which, yeah, they cast Patrick Stewart as a talking piece of crap, which... That's the best casting ever. If you're going to make a movie with a talking piece of crap, then you need to have Patrick Stewart voice it. There's just no other way to make something like that work. And Hilary Swank. This movie made $1 million, and I'm guessing it gave all those $1 million to her. When a power-hungry general plans to wipe out the planet, well, from what I understand, he already did, no one but wisecracking Spark and his friends can stop him. No one but wisecracking Spark and his friend. So Spark has to be wisecracking in order to stop him? I would assume that big honkin' laser sword he's got there would be a better tool to stop him with. An action-packed space odyssey filled with humor and heart. Spark, A Space Tale is an epic adventure about becoming the hero you were born to be. And about failing so bad at the box office that your studio can't make anything but nut job movies. Okay, we got the villain being all cowardly, we got the fox lady being all furry, we got the pig thing being all terrifying, and we got... She looks like if Candy from Donkey Kong Country took steroids. And then we got these things. I thought those were bananas for a minute, but no, those are their forelegs. What's their story? I don't know, nor do I care. And let's see, stuff, people, other things, other stuff. So for a while I thought that this movie was also made by those guys who made that god-awful Queen's Corgi movie, but no, that's a completely different studio. That studio made like Fly Me to the Moon and A Turtle's Tale. So there's just more than one of these studios, more than one of these bottom-of-the-barrel computer-animated companies that make really bad family movies. So at least you don't have that on your resume. But you can go sit over there and if I hate you, I'll probably just watch the Patrick Stewart scenes. Elf Day! Go big or go gnome. Okay, that tagline does not make any sense. Are there gnomes in this movie? Do elves get turned into gnomes? I see what you're going for, but that does not make any sense in this context. Didn't we look at a movie in one of these videos one time where there were gnomes? I don't remember. But I do know that there's an elf in the dark looking very creepy because you can just barely see the eyes there. Ugh. And there's a dragon. Is that a dragon? Kimono dragon? Lawn ornament? I have no idea. What does it say on the back here? Another holiday season is over, and joy still blankets the land. Well, until New Year's Day, and then everybody gets drunk and kills each other. That is, until Santa's beloved Christmas tree goes missing. Oh, no! Not Santa's beloved Christmas tree! Oh, this is so horrible! This is the worst tragedy we've had since Santa misplaced his cup of cocoa! Oh, no! Enter Bingle Jingle... Enter Bing... I'm trying. Enter Bingle Jingle Tingle Doorbell and Cheer, the elf detective agency to save the day. So once again, is this like stop motion animation? Because those models look quite detailed. They look kind of wooden. So it's either really good stop motion or really bad computer animation. I mean, the designs, those just look awful. Okay, we got stoned elf, stoned pumpkin head, stoned walrus, and other stoned elf. Nope, can't tell where this is made. It's probably American. Nope, I don't know. It's only 71 minutes, so if it sucks, it'll be at least a quick watch. So go over there and ask people if they know it's Christmas. Do they know it's Christmas time at last? Let's see. Nezha, Choose Your Destiny. This looks something like... It looks like a cross between Avatar The Last Airbender, Naruto, and... Oh, what was that Disney movie? What was that Disney movie that came out and immediately nobody liked and already nobody remembers? Raya and the Last Dragon. Yeah, so as long as we get more Avatar The Last Airbender and less Raya and the Last Dragon, this should be okay. You know, as long as it's the TV show Last Airbender and not the movie. Choose your destiny. Choose your power. A rip-roaring ride from Blood Brothers. I have nothing to say about that. So we got the blue guy. He's got a blue dragon. We got the red guy. He's got a spear. Empowering messages and stunning visuals from Common Sense Media. And Common Sense Media is another one of those companies where if they say something, then they mean the exact opposite. A young boy, Nezha, is birthed from a heavenly pearl by the primeval Lord of Heaven. Well, everybody needs a hobby. Born with unique powers, Nezha finds himself as an outcast who is hated and feared. So, yeah, like Naruto then. Destined by prophecy to bring destruction to the world, the young boy must choose between good and evil in order to break the shackles of fate and become the hero. Oh, gee, this is a family movie for young kids, so gee, I wonder if he's actually going to destroy the world. No, I have no idea. There's just so much surprise waiting for me. Okay, we got two very different designs for what looks like chameleons. I don't know, is that like a fake chameleon and that's the real one? Or is that the fake chameleon and that's the real one? Or are they both fake in costume? I have no idea. And there's Lucy Liu and Antonio Banderas, and kind of a lazy version of that kid from Raya and the Last Dragon, and a dragon. Dragon looks cool. Probably watch the movie for the dragon. And yeah, as you can tell, this is from Beijing. So yeah, Chinese movie. 2019, 111 minutes. Holy flip. That's a little long for a family movie, I think. Of course, like Mitchell's versus the Machines is like over 2 hours, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. I'm not really big on these big action animated movies, but I could give it a try. As long as it doesn't have Awkwafina in it, we should be fine. The Dog Knight. All for one and one for all. Yes, this is one of those Three Musketeers movies, but it also has a dog in it. And surprisingly, this is not the first one of those. There was like a Three Doggeteers animated movie in like the 90s with Cam Clark as the main character. And then there was a Three Doggeteers movie it was like a live action thing where it wasn't actually Three Musketeers. It was just like these dogs pretending that they were musketeers, and they had really bad flappy computer animated mouths plastered over them. So that was nightmare fuel there. And then this one, it looks like it was animated in the late 90s, truth be told. So we got I swear I've seen this design before. This looks like something from Hanna-Barbera from like the 60s. And he's going to take his glowing sword and he's going to stab this evil cat thing, probably. I have no idea. Dogtanian, a fearless young pup and swordsman, dreams of becoming one of the king's Muska Hounds. With his friendly horse Sandy and a scrappy mouse named Pip, well, as long as it's not a dog named Scrappy. Dogtanian leaves for Paris in search of an adventure. But when the evil Cardinal Richelieu threatens the kingdom, Dogtanian must prove once and for all he has what it takes to be a Muska Hound. Okay, so you changed D'Artagnan's name there and the Musketeer's name there, but Cardinal Richelieu gets his name still? Why not call him Cardinal Richmeow? Something like that. I'm not trying, but neither are they. So we got Dogtanian there with his red nose. So, well, if the Muska Hounds fall through, then I'm sure Santa can provide him with a job. There's the other Muska Hounds, and they're all looking at him like, what the hell are you doing here? There's Dogtanian and the Cardinal, I guess, and they're fighting. Good for them. And there's the dog and the horse and a carrot, and apparently the horse isn't that loyal if he has to bribe with the carrot to go faster. Okay. So this looks like it's actually from either a Middle American or a South American production. 2021, once again, this is one of the more recent ones. I don't know. Again, this is a movie that I'm really not looking forward to just based on the animation here. So maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe I won't. You can go sit over there and think about if you're all for one and one for all. Turu the Wacky Hen. I immediately have no faith in this movie because any movie or show that has to have wacky in the title is automatically going to be horrible. Just check out the wacky world of Tex Avery. Okay, so we got a chicken, and the chicken has a microphone, and a hat, and a jumpsuit dress thing that I have no idea how that design is supposed to work in any sort of way. And we have what looks like a computer-animated version of the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and he's after a rooster, and he's hanging from a hook, a crane, a construction crane, not the bird crane. And then that looks like the puppet from the live-action Disney Pinocchio, and nothing should remind me of the Disney live-action Pinocchio. Nothing should remind me of the other Pinocchio that came out. No, the first Pinocchio movie that came out this year. The one from Russia with that was dubbed over here with Pauly Shore, because that looks too much like the circus from that movie. As the only hen who can't lay eggs, so is this going to be one of those movies where she's not actually a hen, she's like a rat or weasel or something like that? Or is this just, is she, I'm not going to dig too deep into this one. Turulisha? Why do you call her Turu, but not... Turulisha is the laughing stock among the rest of the chickens. Ha 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 ha, stock, ha ha, chickens, ha 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 ha. However, Turu can understand humans, sing, and dance. Oh, it's a chicken version of Norm of the North. Joy. Her life takes an unexpected turn when she joins the circus. Becomes a star, it should say, face off with the evil Armando Traumas, who is plotting to close down the circus and capture Turuleka for his own villainous gains. Her life becomes... her life takes an unexpected turn when she joins the circus, becomes a star, and faces off with the evil Armando Traumas, who is plotting to close down the circus and capture Turu for his own villainous gains. So I'm does he own the circus? Does he work for the circus? Why does he want the circus closed down? What is Turu is a chicken not doing well enough to stay in the circus? What does Turu even do? Well, you didn't go into anything that the chicken does. Is she a comedian? Is she a singer? I mean, you do say that she can sing and dance. Is that what she does, or is that just part of her talent? See, I have no idea what this movie's about. Do I want to know what this movie's about? Maybe it's about nothing, and that was all they could scrape together. Okay, we got the villain and a little tiny model of Turu. I'm sure there's some context there. We got Turu looking down from something. I don't know, maybe she dropped the only egg she was ever able to lay. We have... Is that an animation error? Did they really give us a screenshot of an animation error? Because that is about as derp can get there. How do you even... Oh, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the scene, because it looks like Turu here is like burnt, so maybe they just got launched out of a cannon and this is their dazed and confused face. I have no idea. I don't know. If it is an animation error, that'd be fun. Or maybe the kid has an eye problem. I don't know. I don't want to judge. And we see some very bored and dazed farm animals, because I'm assuming that they watched this movie. And these are some very blurry credits, so I cannot tell where this movie came from. It does look like Spanish type names and credits, so I'm assuming either Mexico or Spain or a South American country. I don't know, from what I understand, Spanish-speaking countries have a thing about chickens. Like, chickens are sort of a national icon, national folklore character. I don't know how to describe it, but I have seen a lot of movies that feature a chicken prominently that are Spanish. In fact, I think one just came out like in the last year. I don't remember what it was called, but it said it had huevos in the title, which of course is eggs. So I don't know. You go think about how many huevos this movie made while over there. What does that mean? I have absolutely no idea. Jumbo! Oh. Creepy smile. Whoops. Creepy smile. Creepy smile. Creepy smile. I'm not looking forward to this one already. What even is that? What is that, a monkey? Why is the monkey wearing a shirt? And do the animals all wear clothing except for the elephant? So we got one of those movies that's like a combination of anthropomorphic animals and just regular animals, because they can't keep their design. They can't decide on a design. So let's see. The elephant has a trophy and a badge, or ribbon, I should say, and the giraffe has glasses, and clearly needs better glasses, clearly needs some correcting lenses there. Jumbo the elephant trains overtime for the annual spelling bee, until resident bad guy Mr. Hollis curses Jumbo and causes him to completely lose his memory. Will Jumbo regain his memory in time for the spelling bee? Get yourself a ticket to the fair and step right up to find out what happens. Can I not? I mean, for one thing, the designs are absolutely terrible. For two, the animation looks like it's going to be absolutely terrible. This looks like something from Video Brincado back in the mid-2000s. I don't know. I'm very convinced that the mouths are going to move like amorphously. They're not going to actually sync up with the words. It's just going to be like... just some vague semblance to what they're saying. Okay, so we got a T-Rex. Okay, I want to see this movie now. Where does a T-Rex come into all this? Okay, but then we got the elephant and the other animals. We got a stone out of his mind armadillo. We got a very creepy iguana. And we got... Yeah, it's those eyes. It's those eyes and the lack of texture that's just giving me absolutely no faith whatsoever in this movie. This just looks like one of those... This looks like a cheap YouTube cartoon, just one of those things made in like a week, and then they put it online, and the parents turn it on just so their kids will shut up for an hour. In fact, how long does this? 76 minutes. Not even an hour. Not even half an hour. An hour and a half, I should say. Let's see. James Snyder. I have no idea where this is made, but that shouldn't matter because this shouldn't be made. I can already tell you I am not going to enjoy this movie. Unless it's just this wild, wacky, holy hell, what were they thinking type of movie. This is going to be one of the most boring movies I've ever seen. So you go over there and forget that you even exist, as I already have. And finally, Wonder Park. Yes, this is the most mainstream of all the movies we've looked so far, because this actually got a theatrical release. Okay, I guess that Spark movie also got a theatrical release, but this got a wider theatrical release. This was actually made by a major label. This is a Nickelodeon movie, their third animated Nickelodeon movie. The first two were Jimmy Neutron and Barnyard, and then this came out a couple of years ago, and it bombed horribly. And from what I understand, it's not just because the movie is unremarkable, it's also because of all the grief that was going on in the behind the scenes. Apparently the director was a lech, and he was really slowing things down, and eventually he got canned, and then they brought somebody else on to direct who wanted to go uncredited. So this movie technically does not have a director. But the ugliness of the behind the scenes reached the mainstream, and that just soured the release of this movie, and it horribly bombed. Of course, even if that didn't happen, I don't think anybody would see this movie. I mean, I had no intention to watch this movie. It just, look at it. Look at it. This just has nothing to it. I can already tell just from the animation quality alone, this is just going to be one of those movies for little kids. Just weird colors, weird sounds, weird movements, just dangling keys in front of their face. So I am not excited for this movie. But it does have a good voice cast. We got Jennifer Gardner, Matthew Broderick, John Oliver, Mia Kunis, and Kenan Thompson. And I know all those names. So we have Alias, The Producers, The Daily Show, Oz the Great and Powerful, and Saturday Night Live. And yeah, just from looking at these characters, I can't tell which voices belong to whom. I don't know, maybe that's Jennifer Gardner. Are they getting a grown woman to voice a little kid again? I don't know, I'm kind of sick of that. A fun and imaginative family adventure. Dave Trumbore from Collider. Well, I'm glad they found one fan. Buckle up for an epic adventure where anything is... I'm going to assume that says possible. A young girl named June with a big imagination makes an incredible discovery. The amusing park of her dreams has come to life, filled with the world's wildest rides operated by fun-loving animals. The excitement never ends. What's with the emphasis there? But when trouble hits, June and her misfit team of furry friends begin an unforgettable journey to save the park. Action-packed and brimming with laughs, Wonder Park is a ride the whole family will love. And from what I've seen from the critical score and box office, this did about as well as the Superstar Limo ride at Disneyland. Never heard of that? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay, so that's probably Kenan Thompson right there. I don't know, the big guy is voicing a big guy. That's usually how this works. Okay, and they got this wrong. It's supposed to be Bear in the Big Blue House, not Big Blue Bear in a House. Let's see, we got Monkey. People say he monkeys around. We got some pack rat, beaver, capybaras there. I have no idea. We got a porcupine that looks like it's taken straight from open season. We got a boar. That's the general consensus for this movie. And we got the kid. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say and assume that this is one of those movies where the kid is like this wildly imaginative and energetic kid, and therefore she has trouble fitting in with her neighborhood and her school, and everybody makes fun of her, but she had a parent who really looked out for her, really encouraged her, and then the parent died, and then they move somewhere, and she's not happy with where they moved to, but her surviving parent is trying to look out for her, even though he or she doesn't agree with how she sees things. And then she runs into some wonderland of her own making where she learns that being weird is not bad. That's just what I'm assuming. That's usually how these movies go. And yeah, based on the screenshots, that's pretty much where the movie seems to be headed. So we got the girl, she has a camera, and whoever's behind there is not having a good time. She's building a theme park thing. The bear is on a horribly undersized roller coaster car without a seatbelt, so he's dead. And then whoever this is, I don't know, is that her mom, big sister? I don't know. Probably saying, no, hey honey, I like what you're doing, but do less of it. Go be normal. And the kid's like, no, I don't want to be normal. And then at the end of the movie, everybody goes, nah, you don't have to be normal, just be yourself. That's what I'm assuming, and if I can get that much from just looking at the DVD cover, then this movie has absolutely nothing for me. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't see it in theaters. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm horribly, horribly wrong. I mean, I didn't have that much faith for Mitchell's versus the Machines, and that's one of the best animated movies ever, so I could enjoy this, but go park over there while I wonder on that. And there you go, 11 DVDs and Blu-rays that I have randomly found at Dollar Tree and Big Lots. And one day I will watch them, and one day I will actually tell you what they are about. And even if I have no faith in them, I will try to be fair. Except I'm usually not fair. Even when I try to be fair, I'm usually not fair. Maybe I will meet my fairy godmother, who will take me to the fair, for a small fair. Maybe when the weather is fair. I know I have fair enough skin for it. Maybe I will catch somebody at the fair having an affair. It will be an affair to remember. And I will tell their wife, and she will say, that is not fair. And I will say, fare thee well, and go to bed. Sounds like a complete day there. So thanks for watching, and here's Nova to see you off. Yeah, I still can't find my watch. Bye.